11 hours and 37 minutes. That's how long it would take me to drive from where I live in Conakry, Guinea to where my grandparents live in Kakon, Guinea. How many miles do you think that is? The answer is 392.6 miles. For you in the United States with good roads, to drive that distance, it would take you about 7 hours. Guinea's inadequate infrastructure is a very big problem in my home country, also including rural roads, water supply, and irrigation. My name is Sayan Ukamo. I am 13 years old. I live in the capital of Guinea, Conakry, in the city. My father works in agriculture. My family's farm is just outside of Conakry. I don't go to school. My older brothers both went to school when they were young, but my parents decided not to send me because of our money problem. Mostly I help out at home taking care of my little brother Cici and helping on my family's rice farm. Rice is the largest imported food item in Guinea, making up about 40% of all food imports. Conakry may be Guinea's capital, but it doesn't stop it from being mostly made up of poor families. Though my family might not look like it to you, we're luckier than many other people in Conakry, Guinea, so we should be thankful. Though I don't go to school, sometimes I ask my older brothers what they're learning. One day in spring, I asked them, and they told me that they were learning about Guinean history. This is what I remember of what they told me. Guinea was taken over by the French in 1891 and gained independence in 1958. Guinea was part of a series of empires before being colonized by France in the 1890s. Despite several attempts by my people to overthrow the French government, Guinea was still incorporated in the French West Africa in the early 1900s and was called French Guinea. Music is one of the biggest aspects of Guinean culture, and we celebrate a lot of festivals to appreciate our music. We play a wide range of string and percussion instruments. I play the kora, which is a hybrid of a lute and a harp. My father's teaching my brother Cici to play the djembe so we can play together. My favorite traditional dish in Guinea is fufu, also known as torre, which is a savory pastry with okra sauce. My grandmother is really good at making it. Guinea is a beautiful country. 60% of the land area is made up of coastal plains and inland mountains. The highest point in Guinea is 1,752 meters high, Mount Nemo. There are also many offshore islands, remote beaches, and mangrove swamps too. The highland region has many amazing waterfalls. Guinea has many problems it has yet to deal with, including poverty, lack of food, and unstable government. 89.80% of the people in Guinea make less than $5.50 in a day, proving that poverty is a big problem that needs to be solved. My family definitely falls under the poverty line, but it could be worse, and we manage to provide ourselves with the essentials. 15% of Guinean people don't have food security. My best friend's family has a hard time getting the food they need. Our community tries to help, but all of us barely manage to have enough food for ourselves, so it's hard. Guinea has been dealing with unstable government for a long time. An example of this is 13 years ago. I heard this from my uncle Tierno, because he was there. He survived, but he had to pretend to be dead so he could escape. On September 28, 2009, several hundred soldiers stormed the National Stadium, killing at least 150 people and carrying out rapes, where hundreds of Guineans came out to protest against military strongman and leader Denis Camara's decision to run for president. After the tragedy, Camara denied responsibility and blamed the violence on rogue security forces. Camara is on trial currently, and we're all waiting for his actions to be put to justice. There are many problems in Guinea, but what I believe to be the most prominent problem in Guinea is its inadequate infrastructure, mostly including rural roads, water supply, and irrigation. Rural roads is a big problem for my family, because when we have to get our crops to the city to sell, it's hard to get them there fast enough. And other times, when we have to get food from the market, some of it's too old to eat because it took too long to get there. The irrigation in Guinea is not the best, making it hard for my family to water our crops. A couple of solutions to Guinea's inadequate infrastructure is to have solar-powered irrigation because Guinea benefits from at least 2,000 to 3,000 hours of sunshine a year. I think the government doesn't have enough money for any large-scale projects, so we should focus on small builds that will slowly add up over time. For example, repairing commonly used roads to make travel on them easier. Irrigation, water supply, and rural roads all contribute to Guinea's insufficient infrastructure, which is a very serious problem that needs to be settled. Guinea is a beautiful country. with cultural diversity, amazing sights, and many natural resources, but Guinea still has a long way to go.